What's up, guys? I have a little fact for you that I'm pretty sure a lot of you are not ready for, and that is, as of filming this video today, which is November 23rd, 2020, there are only 38 days left in 2020. Let that sink in. 38 days until we can leave 2020 in the dust. I'm sure some of us would like to take 2020, put it in a box, and bury it somewhere, but there was also a lot of good that happened in 2020. And before we get into 2021, I'm going to do as many videos as I can between now and the end of the year and focus on the best of, because there was so many good comic books that happened that we need to talk about. But I'm not just going to talk about comic books. I'm going to talk about comic book artists, comic book writers, and anything else that I can think of that needs a best of, that we need to focus on and really, really remember that 2020 wasn't so bad. Now, before we get into those, in this first topic that we're going to talk about, I want you guys to look down. Are you guys subscribed? No? Well, then what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications because we go live every single Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Comics and Beer, and you guys definitely want to be there for that because we always do trivia, which gets you entries into our end of the month giveaway. We talk about comic book news, we drink some beers, and we just have a good time. You guys don't want to miss that. And also, smash that like button. All right, guys, now that we get that out of the way, let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today, and that is the best artists at DC Comics in 2020. Now, I believe I have 7 artists that I want to talk about. I'm going to just talk about them briefly, and then I'm going to tell you which ones are my top 3 artists. And if you guys follow this channel, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be able to guess. But let's jump into these artists and talk briefly about why I think they are so good. First artist that we're going to talk about is Sean Gordon Murphy. He did a fantastic job on this book. He did the writing, and the art in this book is freaking fantastic. I love the designs in this book. The line work is incredible. I absolutely love Sean Gordon Murphy. Next up, David Marquez. David Marquez worked on Batman, Superman, and it is just stunning and incredible. It's gorgeous artwork. It really highlights the action scenes of Batman and Superman, and he does a great job of really getting the expressions on their face in all the different moments in this book. It is just, he's an incredible artist, and I think he is a fantastic fit for Batman and Superman because it really elevated Joshua Williams' story, and it was absolutely great. You can't talk about the artists at DCE, not talk about Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo and Dark Knight's Death Metal is incredible. He's been doing Batman for so long, going all the way back to Scott Snyder's New 52 run, and just been going from book to book with Scott Snyder, and this is just an awesome, awesome book. Scott Snyder's story is incredible, but really Greg Capullo's artwork really elevates that story. It just makes it crazier and bigger and awesome, and Greg Capullo is one of the best artists at DC Comics. Next up, you can't talk about, again, Batman unless you talk about Batman 3 Jokers in 2020 and Jason Fabok. Jason Fabok has done an incredible job on this book. He sunk over a year of his life, multiple years of his life, I believe, into this book, and you can really tell by the detail that he put into this book. There was even a delay because of COVID that he was able to go back and refine some more of his work, and it was just, this book is absolutely incredible. I actually had this guy on our channel, Bruno Redondo. I love this book. Tom Taylor, Suicide Squad. Bruno Redondo is the artist on a majority of the issues in this book, and he elevates Tom's story so much. The action scenes, the detail in all the scenes, it's just an incredible artist, and I absolutely love it. And the last guy to add to this list is an obvious one, is Jorge Jimenez. Spoiler alert, he's in the top 3. He is one of the best artists in the Big Two, maybe the best artist in the Big Two. He took Batman, which had some great artists on it beforehand with Jorge Fornes and Mikel Janin, but really, he was able to really elevate this book and bring a level of style and detail that Batman really needed to blow up. And that, in my opinion, it did. It is such an amazing book, and he is a huge part of it. Obviously, James Tynion IV, his story was really, really good. I loved it. A lot of people loved it. This book became super popular, introduced some new characters, but really, I believe it was Jorge Jimenez artwork that really, really just made this book pop and made it what it was. Now, of these artists, which ones are my top 3? Well, I would say actually, I don't have to put it down. Bruno Redondo is my number 3. I think his work at DC Comics this year was absolutely incredible. I loved loved what he did at Suicide Squad. If you haven't picked this up yet, you really should. It's a great story, and the art in this book is absolutely fantastic, and that's why he is on this list. And the next one up is David Marquez. David Marquez, his artwork is absolutely gorgeous. He should be getting more work at DC because he is just absolutely incredible. It's just gorgeous artwork. You guys really should be checking his artwork out. I'll make sure this B-roll that way you guys can see it because it is gorgeous. And my number one artist at DC Comics is obviously Jorge Jimenez. Jorge Jimenez is hands down the best artist within the big two, in my opinion. I know it's probably a crazy statement to some of you, but Jorge Jimenez is an absolute stud at DC Comics, and all of his artwork is absolutely gorgeous. If I can get an original piece of Jorge Jimenez artwork someday, it will be a dream come true. I do have my other favorite, Werther Dell'Edera, of Something is Killing Children on my wall right now, but I would really love some Jorge Jimenez artwork. But guys, those are my top 3, and those are 6 artists at DC Comics that absolutely killed it at DC in 2020. What do you guys think? Are there artists that I missed? Are there artists that, that are on my list that you don't think should be on that list? I know I don't read everything at DC Comics. I'm sure there's some books out there that I missed that had some great artwork in it. Those are the books I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. What did I miss? But, I don't know. Jorge Jimenez is a stud, and he's incredible. Incredible! So 2020 wasn't so bad, guys. There was some great artwork at DC Comics. My next video will be the top artists at Marvel Comics in 2020. Stick around for that. That should be dropping either later this week or early the following week. I don't know, Thanksgiving is this week. Don't know if I'm going to have time to put in another video, but we'll see what I can do. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.